Twizzy, and looking around a little bit. I'm off to Evesham now to have a little meet up with Michael, one of the subscribers to the channel, travelling down I think for a football match. So we're going to meet up, a little bite to eat. So looking forward to that. But I thought I'd take the opportunity to take the Twizzy out for a little blast, and I'm not sure how well this video will work, but try and kind of do my monthly musings for the month, thinking about my thoughts and kind of what I'm up to over the month of August. Sorry if the camera's moved around a little bit. I don't have the GoPro in today, so just doing this on the Sony whilst going along. It's got reasonably good stabilisation, but the Twizzy suspension is pretty firm. So I'm not sure if anyone looks forward to monthly musing videos, but if you do, you would have noticed there wasn't one last month, and the reason for that is unfortunately my father-in-law passed away, and so things have just been a bit hectic, and I didn't have the time, to be honest. I wasn't kind of super in the mood for that video last month, which is why you didn't see one for July. Feeling a little bit more upbeat now, so figured I'd have a bash at it. So really, I guess one of the main things that recent kind of close death in the family has given me is thinking about things that I kind of keep putting off, because I think, oh, I'll do that another day and do that another day. And even though I've always been, I guess, relatively pragmatic of, you only have one life, and to, it's definitely important to plan for the future, but also live for the now. I started to kind of just try and do a better job of refocusing my efforts to doing things that I enjoy or I want to do and that I've been putting off for a long time. So one of those is to have a go at getting a motorbike license. So I'm not sure if I wouldn't say I'm a biker, but I've always liked the idea of having a go on a motorbike properly. So next week I'm going to go and do my CVT. So that is, if you're not familiar with biking or the rules in the UK, that is a compulsory basic training. So basically just get the basics of handling a bike, how it works, basic maintenance checks, that sort of thing. So I'm going to be doing that on Thursday. If I manage to get through there, I think it should be relatively straightforward. Then I'll have the ability to ride a bike up to 125ccs with L plates on, and then that'll give me an idea if I want to get a bike. So my thought process is, I'm not really into the racing bikes or the super bikes and like that. I'm more interested in that kind of urban cruiser kind of thing. So the bike that I've liked for a long time, and as I say, I'm not into bikes, so I'm not sure in terms of comparisons, but is the Harley Davidson Sportster range. So either the Iron or the 48 are the two that I like. So that's the kind of thing that I'd like to get. I think they sound amazing. That's the main thing that interests me. And yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm also thinking about selling my Lotus Evora 400, and then if I like it, I can maybe replace it with a bike. So my Lotus is basically quite a lot of money sat in the garage, not getting used very often. When I use it, I do enjoy it, but I'm wondering if that money could be put to better use for my kind of future planning. And a bike is considerably cheaper than that. So sorry, this video is jumping around all over the place. So that's my thought process. So I'm not going to put up for sale or anything yet. It needs a service MOT at the end of the year, so I'll probably keep it until then. And in between now and then, I'll obviously see if I like the idea of biking, and then maybe consider getting something. So yeah, if you're a bike rider, please leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Why is you ride a bike? What you like about it? Anything like that. I have been looking at a couple of 125cc bikes in case I do pass like an interim bike. I'm still trying to decide if I should just go straight to the intensive like direct access thing. So like within a week you can go from passing your CVT to be able to ride any size of bike. I'm not in a particular hurry, so I'm just trying to decide if I want to get a 125 for a bit, ride it around, get comfortable, and then decide if I really want to invest some more money. Oh man, it's so bumpy in a bit of bike. So yeah, and I won't talk to you about what those bikes are yet, because I think they might make some interesting videos if you're interested in biking when I come to do those. Other things, still been trying to do some regular reading. So one of the things I finished was the last book in this current trilogy of the Bobbyverse. I can't remember if I mentioned that before. It's basically a series set kind of in the future, and the ability to kind of take someone's mind into a computer, and then this kind of computer guy called Bob is then trying to kind of save the human race, and kind of goes out into space and uses printing machines to be able to replicate himself and other things. So it's kind of interesting. Really enjoyed that. Fourth book is supposed to be out this year or next year, I think. So I'd be interested in picking those up. I recommend that series of books if you like sci-fi. And then the book I just started, probably about halfway through, is Tony Robbins' Unbreakable. It's another financy kind of book. I think it's quite good in terms of kind of theory and mentality. It's very US centric, so you've got to keep that in mind. You can take the concepts away and apply it to UK. So I like to just kind of read these books to kind of make the mental decision if I think what I'm doing for my future investment wise and stuff is kind of the right thing to do and it's going well. So far I still think not too bad. I will talk in the future video because I know a few people have asked about finance stuff a little bit, about what I think about stuff. Kind of changing my mind a little bit on some of the peer-to-peer lending stuff. I think especially with Brexit coming up, it's a little bit more rocky, but you can still have some good returns on that. So yeah, that's the things in the book world. Something else even that is arriving today is this gear from a company called Cricut. So you spell it C-R-I-C-U-T. It's quite popular in the hobbycraft world, maker spaces, and like cosplay people. There's a few items that I've ordered. I basically got it from this, it's like a TV channel called Hochanda. They do these kind of bulk deals. I also had a 30% off code, so I saved quite a lot of money on this gear. You know, it's still relatively expensive, but it's taken over a month to come, so that's supposed to arrive whilst I'm out today. But yeah, so it gave me the ability to make my own vinyl lettering, do t-shirts and some cool kind of maker stuff. You can cut balsa wood and all sorts of stuff on it, so it should be quite cool. And I got with it this kind of heat press thing for doing the vinyl on the t-shirts, and also this thing, it's like a light box basically. There's a technique called weeding where you have to kind of take all the parts apart, and this light box just helps make that a little bit easier. So I got one of those kinds, so I'll do some videos on that as I get it and try it out. Hopefully it's going to be kind of cool. But yeah, looking forward to that. It's been a long wait. Another thing, I don't know if you can still do it now, because I was going to mention this in last month's video, but there's another, I think it's another Mars rover or something, and you have the ability to kind of get your name etched on like the circuit boards and stuff. So if it's still available, I'll put a link in the description. I did that last time. So the current Mars rover has got my name etched on that somewhere, and you could do the same again. So I did it for me and my wife and my kids. Just kind of a geeky, kind of cool thing, which reminds me I still need to find some time to build my Apollo lander that I got a little while ago before I had my hand operation. Sat in traffic. I guess the other thing that you would have seen on the channel is I've been playing this. It's not a new game. It's a game that's been out a couple of years now, I think, called No Man's Sky. I had it originally on the PlayStation 4, but I got bored of it after a little while. But there's lots of bugs and stuff in the early days. But they brought out this Beyond update, and it now works in VR. So I've been playing that a little bit on the HTC Vive, really enjoying it. Wanted to try and get back into that because I was away for a few weeks, and then, well, for a week, and then work's been quite busy. But also really enjoying the Oculus Quest. I took that away with me and was able to have a little go on that. So I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to share with that. There's like it's I can't remember the name of the game now. It's like a squash game, like virtual squash, like in a futuristic thing. It's really kind of cool. And then the other one is this Star Wars kind of role play. Well, it's not like a role play. It's like a what's the best way of, it's like a experience, and so you get to like fight Darth Vader and stuff like that. So I do a couple of videos on that. So if you're interested in VR, those are pretty good. And yeah, just generally, I'm also trying to decide if I want to upgrade my gaming PC from a graphics card perspective. So I've got a GTX 970, I think it is, which is about 4 years old now, and it still plays everything that I put at it, but it's, I've noticed in No Man's Sky it doesn't look as sexy as it could do, so I'm just trying to decide if I want to do that. But you know, a really good graphics card is £500 if and more for a really top one. I don't get time to game that much, so I'm not sure if it's something I really want to buy right now, especially if I'm going to consider getting a bike, because I need to save some cash to try and look at doing that. I've got a few things I'm going to sell I've got on Facebook. Some old Twizy wheels, some other gear, so if that will help generate a little bit of funds as well. Yeah, trying to make a bit more time for gaming as well is one of my things, and basically trying to kind of put a bucket list together. And I guess, again, a bit morbid, but I say it, I've always been putting off doing a will as well, so I'm going to get the will sorted out as well. Just going through and helping my wife do my father-in-law's estate and everything is kind of bringing home some of the things that you need to think about and get coordinated. Putting these things off can be a problem for people in the future. So that's really the main kind of things that's kind of come up. I am going to do a little video on my trip in the Tesla. So I think I did about 400 and something miles over the week, and basically I did that all pretty much with 2 charges at a supercharger. One stop at an Asda using a 7 kilowatt charger, and then I did a little top up off the 3-pin plug. It was fantastic, and even my wife was really impressed. There was no range anxiety, the car was always ready before we were, so I want to do a quick little video on the charging experience, because I was really impressed with that. And obviously the new Porsche Taycan's come out. Lots of opinions on that car. I think it actually looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the Panamera look, but I think I would be happy with one of those. I think it's very expensive, but it does seem a fantastic car. I'd be interested in maybe test driving one in the future. I still think it'd be out of the price I'm wanting to pay when they bring out a cheaper, just rear-wheel drive version. Lots of the Tesla fanboys are slagging it off. I'm not quite sure why, because I've got to be honest, I think it's going to be better than the Porsche. Better than the Tesla. Porsche know what they're doing, they've got lots of experience in that. So yeah, be interesting to see. And also, people are slagging it off and not many people are test driving it. It's only the media reviews. So yeah, interesting. But I am nearly at this pub now, so I'm going to kind of finish up for a second and see how we get on. Twizy's doing amazing. So this is 10 miles from my place to here, and it's basically says 10 miles battery used, so all good.
Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.